Epiphany Speaks, divining presence for our planet's prosperity. Remembering and recognizing that the power of the word is key, we came to free our ancestry. I know I did. Through the heart, mind, soul voice, and temple body that is most magnanimously blessed, the sacred breath of life. Perhaps now I, with your vested attention, let us imagine together with the best of intention. Thank you, holy treasured soul of all in all creation. It is a treasured honor to be chosen to welcome in your wisdom. As we merge with the miracles of your true love's devotion, let us proceed with enhancing this living dream into motion. So it's going to be a nice mellow start, nice ease, trying to ease into the new year. Shall we? All right, let's see today's color astrology. The first day of the year, January 1st. Oh, let's look at the color January. So each month has a color for the whole month, entire month. And the color for January is caramel. Yummy. Do you like caramel? Do you like the color caramel? Do you like to eat caramels? Definitely caramel is like a wintry dessert, isn't it? Is it a dessert or is it a candy? Okay, so the color for the month of January is caramel. Logical and sure-footed. This is a color of substance and determination. After the exuberance of December, we are met with the practical and down-to-earth month of January. The earth tones in caramel help us feel stable and responsible. The color encourages us to ground our earthly ambitions through discipline and persistence. Caramel Pantone code is 16-1439. Caramel can be used by anyone to help attain goals. Caramel's essence is similar to that of the earth, which sustains and supports the growth of flowers and trees. It grounds your energy, our energy, and enables you to stay focused on your objectives. Caramel helps increase patience, tenacity, and endurance. Call on this color for any endeavor requiring discipline and self-control. And look at, what did you know, is kind of orangey. Caramel's definitely in the orange family. So I've been called to work with the color orange. Okay, quickly before we get into January 1st. And so actually a few things that I've already started divining have been confirmed by one of, actually she's probably our most publicly known collective oracle. She doesn't go by an oracle. She doesn't label herself as an oracle, She's definitely a spiritual teacher, and she's like the only one at her level that's reached that level. She gets a lot of heat. So Teal Swan, I'm not sure if you've heard of her. She's amazing, and there's certain, anyways. I look at, I can't help it. I see all, I mean, I don't see all things, but she has an impeccable way of processing the details of how we relate and what the psyche does, and there's so much I've learned from her. She's really awesome. She just had her 2026 world predictions, and anyways, in there she confirmed two symbolic points of axis and measure that I actually already started to put out there into the collective or into my work and where I'm anchoring from. So one of them is the color orange. So she confirmed color orange for me, for everybody. And definitely connected to the sacral and chakra and a lot of many other great things. So she says that the next year, like the entire year is orange. So yeah, I kind of called it. So keep that in mind this year if you're interested in color therapy, that's where we're at. And even if you don't wear orange, there's other ways that you can incorporate and live with orange in your life, because you're living with it anyways, right? It's the sacral chakra, so it's working with you, whether you consciously work with it or not. And the second symbol that she confirmed was, well, it's kind of similar. She mentioned the deer, which I had divined the elk a few months back. I started this all off with the elk. And yes, my plan is to still be sharing doing a elk series. And so the deer and the elk go together, not necessarily exactly the same, but it was confirmation for me nonetheless. You should definitely tune in to Teal Swan and all her offerings. I wish there was a better way to explain it. I guess one of those things you have to experience. She's given away a lot of perspective. She has a way of detailing perspective of dynamics. She has a way of explaining the dynamics of things, of aspects, things, and ways of being that we're not even aware that we're doing. So she's really amazing. And I'm so glad that I like got confirmation from the things that I'm doing from where she's at. It feels actually really good. So just wanted to share that with you. And so January 1st, we have the color Baked Clay. So here's the color. Let me see. There you go. That's pretty good. It's actually, it looks more orange on the camera than it looks in person. It does look like more like a terracotta clay color. Not as orangey, a little bit more red, slightly pink tone. Okay, so January 1st, baked clay. You are enterprising, humorous, and keen. If you are born on this day, your mind is sharp and your intellect is keen and witty. You can use words with amazing grace, and people find your ideas and points of view stimulating and intriguing. Many people born on this day have a gift for prose and other creative arts. Trying to find a balance between being in a relationship and remaining independent can be one of your challenges. How this color benefits you. Your personal color helps you share your world with others without sacrificing your individuality. Wearing, meditating, and surrounding yourself with the color baked clay reminds you to integrate your leadership abilities with spontaneity and enthusiasm. Compatible birthdays are March 15th, July 1st, December 30th. Baked clay Pantone code is 18-1441. I would like to say the next day, but I'm going to stick to just doing one day because it kind of, yeah, it's just the energy. If it's like too many like anchoring points, because I was thinking about sharing at least 2 days, because it might take me a day to get this posted, and by the time I post it, you'll get the color of the day. But we're kind of using it as a divining tool anyways. Like the color of the day is like the mood for the reading, or the mood for right now, something that we're working with. Does that color caramel or baked clay work with you? Like, does it resonate for you and what's happening in your world? Just opened up randomly to our next. We're usually going to do a color astrology and an endangered word of the day. And I didn't even think about it, and I just opened it up, and this is the word Karoshi. Kind of reminds me of my last name, Karo. It's spelled Kroshi. Karoshi. Meaning, the OED draft entry December 2001 thus defines Karoshi. In Japan, death brought on by overwork or job-related exhaustion, also attributedly, especially in Karoshi victim. Let's see what does it say. A 1990 article from the Atlanta Journal and Constitution reported that Karoshi was defined as a lethal mix of apoplexy, high blood pressure, and stress related to many hours on the job. Yeah, that sounds like the patriarchy ran world. Okay. So the etymology, Karoshi is a loan word from Japanese. Karoshi, literally overwork, death. Derived from the Chinese characters ka, exceed, and ru, meaning labor, and shi, meaning death. Yee. The OED notes that the word came into general use in Japan in the late 1980s. So the rarity of the word is rare. Why the author likes the word Karoshi. Remember our arriviste? Let's say he did arrive. He got the job of his dreams. He threw himself into it, working day and night. He made the big bucks. He even earned some respect and eventually threw off the parvenu tags that had doggedly followed him. But then at 38, Karoshi dead. The OED's citation for this word makes for particularly sober reading, including this form from the Montreal Gazette. While the final cause of death in Karoshi cases is usually a heart attack, stroke, asthma, or suicide, the precipitating causes are psychological. Because of the extreme stresses of overwork, a Karoshi victim's body is so disrupted from its normal rhythms that it succumbs to a catastrophic event. That definitely sounds like what we be doing to ourselves here. Like in perpetual work slaves, what the fuck? Okay, excuse me. I think Karoshi is a powerful word describing an important issue that needs to be more widely discussed and understood. Right across the world, the trend has been for people to work more and more hours, and this is a trend that we need to reverse. Like the inversion spell. Or be prepared to face the escalating consequences. Karoshi is the extreme cost of working to excess, but there is a long list of detrimental effects that typically negate the benefits of that overwork, if there were any, especially if the period of overwork has been a long one. The cost of the worker's health and relationships is well documented, and the impact on productivity, it is so cruel that by working more you often achieve less, is beginning to be properly recognized. But there is another cost one hardly ever hears mentioned: the tragic loss of fun. I say tragic because having fun is a human privilege. I don't even know if it's a privilege, dude. Fun is a right. Fun is your natural state, I would say. Nonetheless, having fun is a human privilege, and to forego it for stress is indeed a tragedy. I speak from experience and I read from experience. As I said, a reversal is required, and I plan to lead the way. Me too. As I do. As I'm doing. So Karoshi alive. Rosamond asked Jane and Bill. I'm going to have to change Bill. I'd rather it be Bob. Bob. Bob's such a funny name. I'm sorry for anybody. No shade. I'm just saying. Bop, bop, bop. Bop, bop. Okay, so Rosamund asked Jane and Bob if they would both come to Italy a week early to help her with the preparations. Of course, they said yes, but now they were saddled with an insanely busy workload to get through before their departure. Jerry was doing an amazing job to help Bob, but the nature of Jane's work meant that there were many tasks she couldn't delegate. Girl, I know how that is. Once, while they were brushing their teeth together at 1 o'clock in the morning, Bob half joked that they should be careful they didn't end up Karoshi victims. Jane just looked at him. Karoshi. Have you heard of this before? Karoshi. Have you heard of this word? Let me know if you've heard of this word. Where'd you hear it? Do you speak that Japanese? Do you speak other languages? So it's called to do another oracle reading, kind of picking up where we left off from the Citadel. And I didn't really prepare. I was thinking I could just quickly find, I think I could remember what we chose. So I did an oracle reading a little bit ago with the Citadel Oracle. And I pulled for each card. And look, I think this is them right here. Yeah, okay. This is Capricorn. Let's see if I can remember who's who. The storyteller, the smith, the weaver, the sleeper, the hound, the witch, okay, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius. No, this is Pisces. Sagittarius is the puppeteer? I don't remember now. I might have to go back and might have to take a pause and look. I know this was a magician? The hunter, diviner, tailor. All right. We're going to pause. I'm going to pause so I can do this right.